Let us try to understand singleton beans in the context of Spring. In Spring, by default, all the beans are singleton. That means you can only ever create one single instance per bean. And in order to demonstrate the same, we have a couple of beans defined in here. The first of which is with the name another bean, which has a very simple structure. It has one simple method that takes in one parameter and displays the same. And note that this class does not hold any state, no properties or whatsoever. And in our sample bean, we're trying to inject this another bean using constructor injection, and then we're going to use that object to call its methods and perform certain task. Now imagine this is kind of like a DAO object or DAO class of your application if you're aware of MVC architecture. DAO stands for data access object, and typically this is how the flow would be. That means the DAO object does not hold any state in itself. But you may ask me, we have this property in here. I'm going to talk about it after we run the program. And in our main class, in order to prove that the beans are singleton in Spring, I'm just trying to create multiple threads, and in each thread I'm requesting for the same instance of sample bean, and then I'm trying to get the hash code just as you see in here. What I'm expecting here is that all the hash codes should be same. And right after that, I'm just trying to call the method, sample method, and trying to send a thread specific parameter just as you see in here. Now let's try to run the program and see the result. And it worked pretty well. All the hash codes are same no matter how many threads you have, and the messages are also consistent. But it is you as a developer who have to take care of eliminating the possibility of thread race condition. I mean, if you take a look at this bean or the class, all that is holding one property. There is no possibility that multiple threads can edit this field. I mean, we're not performing any setter injection to let any other thread to modify this object or whatsoever. Even this bean is thread safe because it's not holding any state. All it has is behavior, and same is the case in here. And each of the thread would send a unique message that will be processed based on the logic that you have in here. So ultimately it's safe to say that these two beans are thread safe, and so it's okay that we can let them be singleton instances by default. The opposite of singleton is prototype, which we'll talk about in coming videos for sure. But here's a quick example that demonstrates singleton in Spring. Java config is pretty straightforward as well. Let me just quickly change this and run the program. And this has worked as well. Alright, I'll see you soon.